one was, trying to settle down right away. And I think that it becomes the mentality that this is as good as I'm going to get. Let me try and lock this down now. I've seen my options in this town. This is as good as it's going to get. And so in the larger cities, people move faster. You can just swipe right and likely find someone else. I've swiped right here, and my Bumble or my Tinder, when I used them, said you're out of matches.
Wow. So you raise a really interesting point.
I'm done with the app. Like, I'm done. There's nobody
everyone
else
knows
for me.
you.
Unless I go an hour and a half out of the way, there's nothing more for me here from this particular app.
Well, you make a really good point, because here in Miami, right, I'm in South Beach, and I noticed that women settle in this town big time. Big time. I mean, you take the same women who are here and you put them in New York, it's a whole different game. Or Chicago. Or San Francisco, right? And the reason that is, you have a lot of beautiful, exceptionally beautiful women in Miami dating beneath their status. They're going for men where I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? Like, not even if it's a thing where it's money, right? At least you could say, okay, this guy is average looking, but he's pulling in $500,000 a year easy, or
but he paid for the Botox,
but he's
so
paying exactly. So he's providing a lifestyle. Okay, fine, not whatever. Not, I mean, if that's your jam and that's what you're looking for, then great. But it's not even about that. You have women who are doing very well for themselves. They have careers. They're professional, and not only are they not going out with physically attractive, equal counterparts to them, also financial counterparts to them. They are legit settling, and it's sad to see. And they think it's big, and there's desperation because there's pick of the crop here. This is a city where nerdy men can get the Venezuelan gorgeous pageant winner. I'm not kidding. I see it on the street all the time. And
I grew up around it, and it frustrated the hell out of me because I couldn't figure out what I was doing to not have that.
Right. And then you talk to those women for 5 minutes, and you're like crickets in between your ears, because it's the most boring conversation, because all they want to talk about is shopping and getting plastic surgery. And
Who's your doctor? Who's your doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's go
and what
down
boat
here.
are you going? And what boat are you going on? And who do you know in this circle? And who do you know in that circle? And it's very status heavy. But so point is, I'm from a school of thought that, yes, there is a combination of putting yourself strategically in a city where there are options. However, I have seen many people in cities that they're just not vibing high, and it doesn't matter if there's 3 million people or 30 people. They're not going to attract anyone, because it's not about where they are. It's about who they're being where they are. It's their mindset where they are. So, for example, somebody will say, I live in, outside of rural in Iowa, right? Meanwhile, how did you meet your true love with your 4 beautiful babies? Oh, well, I went with a bunch of my buddies to a state fair. And in the state fair, there was like a Miss, Cowbell Girl of the Year. And she was one of the winners. And I struck up a conversation with her. And we ended up volunteering at some program. And we fell in love. And that we started dating. The end. But I still had to drive 45 minutes to get to the state fair. I still had to make an effort.
And they're okay with that. And I think in your smaller town, you're okay with a larger radius.
Yeah.
You're okay with that because your options are what they are.
Right.
In South Beach, you're not really driving to West Palm to go out on a date. It's not going to happen.
No. Meanwhile, better people. And you quickly learn here, better people. I mean, I lucked out because I know how to get my energy on point, right? So I met a guy who lives 5 blocks away who's also from New York. I mean, I'm all about like attracts like, law of attraction. Boom. I knew exactly what I wanted, the kind of vibe I was after. I embodied it myself, went out in the world feeling good, and boom, I met my guy. Now, I teach people how to do this because I wasn't going to move to West Palm to find typically my New York people. They're Boca Raton, West Palm, Lauderdale even. That's an hour and a half away from me. So I had to really hone in on what it was I wanted, believe that I can have it, and boom, it came. So, I encourage people to really get clear on those things. What do you want? Believe you can have it, and then put yourself in an environment to make it so.
And I think that you being in